All right, let's see. I gotta make sure because we didn't go live on YouTube last week for one of the stream days, so I gotta make sure we're live. Looks like we are. That's cool. How about YouTube? Is YouTube good? Oh no, I checked YouTube. YouTube's good. Twitch is good too. Okay. Turn that on. Turn this over. And why did that? Okay, that was weird. I gotta make sure because the feed went out. For those of you who don't know, I got a new capture card. So that's why we're playing GTA Online today. It looks like it's fine. Looks like the audio synced and everything. All right, I think we're good. The only thing I'm a little worried about is I heard some people say that there can be a thing with the audio getting desynced as the recording / stream goes on. I think I have already preemptively fixed that though, so we should be good.
Sure thing, Daddy.
But yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be playing some GTA Online. It's going to be a capture card stream weekend because I got a new capture card and I want to see how it all works. I want to make sure it's all nice and good. So I thought that YouTube had enabled streaming to a shorts feed and a clip stream and a regular stream at the same time with 2 different stream keys, but that's not the case. So it's just the automatic vertical stream on YouTube along with the regular stream. So yeah, unfortunate. We're just going to be doing some random stuff in GTA Online today. You know what? Maybe after this sale, after we do this sale and then an Acid Lab sale, we can do a KO Perico. That's always fun. Speaking of always fun, we got the Phantom Wedge cell mission. So we could take this. We could take this stream in one of 2 ways. We could either do business stuff, grinding stuff, or we could do KO Perico. I think we'll do KO Perico since I haven't done that in a while. And personally, I find it just really fun. You know, yeah, it does become a little stale, I guess, if you just keep spamming it. But they only let you do it like once every, what, 2-3 hours if you do it solo, so. And in my opinion, it's probably the most fun stream, the most fun heist in the game. Volume's loud for me, and I think it's not loud for you guys, but I think I might need to adjust the audio for a second because it's a bit loud on my end in my headphones. Well, I guess I could just turn down my headset volume, but I don't know. Looks like it's hitting the limit on on OBS, so maybe I'll switch over there too. This is mainly like a test. Well, not exactly a test stream, but it's by and large a test stream. Because I'm just going to make sure that everything goes well, that the recording records, that the audio's working. And just make sure that like everything's good overall, because I need to make sure that the capture card is all set up and working. I did test it like quite a bit off stream, and it does pretty well. Like when I hook up to my PC monitor, I can do 120 FPS pass through, which is super cool. However, in the games that I would like to use it the most, like Fortnite, I would probably want to do it on PC with a keyboard and mouse. And if you use the keyboard and mouse on PlayStation, then you can't turn off. I don't know where this is. I haven't really done this sale location in a while. It's usually down at the docks. But you can't turn off mouse acceleration if you use a mouse on PlayStation. And if you don't know what mouse acceleration is and you play games on PC, I highly recommend you look into it, because it really helps build muscle memory and stuff. And so the fact that it's just not a thing on PlayStation is sad. Like, the fact that you can do keyboard and mouse at all on PlayStation is great and all, but the fact that you can't turn off hardware acceleration just kills it for me. Wish you could set the default loadout here. My cat's here, by the way, if you hear meowing. I'm just going to see if I can find this really quick. Oh, there it is. I'm going to request... you know what? I'll request my sparrow. Well, actually... yeah, let's request the sparrow and just get started with the Kale Perico. Screw the acid lab. Well, we'll request the Kasatka too. I'm requesting my sparrow first, by the way, in case this triggers the cops. It did not. Alright, actually, let me see. Can I... what does this do? Okay, so that controls the volume. Maybe turn it down there? Now I've got to hide all this other stuff. The Twitch follow banner doesn't even have audio, but it has a thing on here, so I gotta hide it. The webcam border obviously does not have any... it does not have any volume, but yeah, that's much better. It's actually a little on the quiet side now, but... I think it's better for me personally to have it on the quiet side because that way it's easier for me to talk. Less distracting. But yeah, as you can see from the start of the stream, I did get the mansion. I've been playing quite a bit off stream to be able to get that, as well as some of the new stuff from the mansion's DLC. And let me tell you, I like it. Yes, the mansions don't do nearly as much as you would think they would, but they're still cool and all. Definitely a better purchase than the yacht. What am I doing? We need to start the heist first. Do I really only have 11 million? Oh, I think I bought something. I think I bought a police car? No, that doesn't sound right. I think I got the buzzard. You guys, I mean, you guys wouldn't know how much money I had before, but my goal ultimately is to always have like 20 mil extra just left over after I buy everything. And then that way, if a new DLC does come out, I can pretty much guarantee that I can afford everything. What's this? Okay. Let me just get adjusted here. All right, there we go. That's good. Goodbye. Goodbye, Pavel. You think there's any chance that Pavel will be in GTA 6? I saw some people online speculating on like different characters that could potentially come back. But I don't know. I think Pavel is... He's basically a hermit, right? I mean, he does a little bit of stuff with the garment factory, but other than that... You know what? I'll just shoot these guys. Usually at this point I like just getting the Merryweather chopper. Just because I like seeing the NPCs fight. But yeah, we'll just blast them. Oh, my Kasaka icon is locked to my Sparrow. Return options, return Moonpool vehicle. Oh, we did this in the least optimal way possible. We did the complete opposites. We went the complete opposite direction. We did almost like a full circle there. Oh well. I mean, to be fair to our online character, I think we could pretty much take him. Like, the Cayo Perico heist, like, aggressively is only bad because of the limited weapons they give you. They don't let you bring in everything. And the unlimited spawning guards. But if they just put like, if they let us bring our own weapons and didn't have infinite spawning NPCs, our character could totally solo the entire island. I mean, depending on how good you are, of course, but I could. Well, I mean, there's also armor and stuff, I guess, if you don't do the, like, the other stuff. But, I mean, headshot's always a kill, so it doesn't matter. At least in my opinion. Also, when the cutscene comes, I'm going to pull up the stream on my phone here and check the audio manually. Because it looks like it's fine, but I might still need to lower the gameplay a tad. So we'll see. I'm gonna wait until it like takes away the controls. Any second now. It always has me like go all the way across the map, so. All right, testing. So let's wait until some other game audio comes in there. Okay, so I should be able to see how it is. It always has me like go all the way across the map, so.
Why can't you assholes be on time for
This
once,
is a stream delay, by the way.
All right, testing.
So let's wait.
Okay, wait over there. They will bring it soon. Go on.
Once you leave the airstrip, do not let the guards get a good
Okay, so my voice is nice and clear. There's a little button on top of my mic that mutes it, if you didn't know.
Put two and two together and make bullets, yes?
But yeah, just making sure that my voice is nice and clear. It looks like it is, but looks can be deceiving. I'm going to go ahead and get in my racing outfits. You can just buy these racing outfits at the store, by the way. And the reason I'm putting it on is because when you go on the bike and you try to do the jump over the checkpoint, there's always a chance that you can fall off or crash or get caught up by one of the many indestructible bushes. And so these suits, if you don't know, they make you take less ragdoll damage. You know, they're racing suits. They're meant to, like, you know, save your life if you fall off your bike and stuff. So I think that should be enough to just get the loot from this warehouse right there. I'll take a peek over here for like an outfit. There's a truck. Is there an outfit here? There is not, unfortunate. If there was an outfit there, I totally would have gone through the front door. Or given it a try at least. I haven't done that version in ages. That's just cash? Wow. That's like the worst reason I've had to like visit this particular warehouse. So for the heist, we'll just go towards the main hangar one, and then we'll get back in the boat and then go around to the drainage tunnel. Let's see, we got some money there. This is why I have the suit on. I don't know how much damage I would have taken if I wasn't wearing the racing suit, but it would have been quite a decent bit more. So yeah, you don't want to risk dying and losing the bike and stuff, so anything you can do to save the bike is good. Carefully. And I'm just going to mark the second cache location. But I'm going to do the tower first. Obviously, because that's the one thing we have to do. I only did this cache first because it's on this side of the checkpoint. Went a little slow there for the car. Let's see, where's this sniper? Or this lookout guy? He's looking right now, so we'll wait until he turns around. Alright, go, go, go. We go between the bush and the tree. Wheelie. That was quite a bit far to the right. That was very risky. We should have gone further to the left, but we made it. That's what counts. For me, when I'm doing Cayo Perico, it's always about checking off the most annoying parts of the mission first. Or at least trying to. Like, you know, if obviously if something's right in front of you, take it, like that cache location. Alright, gotta park up early so this guy doesn't hear me. I've been caught by this guy before because of the motor noise. And him having better hearing than I expected. And it's very annoying. But yeah, we get over the checkpoint first. That's the big thing. Getting to the communications tower. And once we're here, we basically just check that off the list. Like, at this point, we are basically guaranteed to get the main objective done. I don't want to jinx it and fall off the tower and die, but... I didn't pass it, did I? He's on the... There's a guard there, so it's not on the ground floor. If it's at the top, that can work, though, because we can parachute off to the cache. Is that... Okay, it is here. Good. I was going to say, I do not like going down these ladders. That is also something I don't like. I personally don't put a lot of effort into these. I didn't even really think much there. You don't really get punished by being wrong there. You can get a lot of those hacking attempts wrong. I've had times where I fail it like 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row. Just because, you know, like I said, I don't really put any effort into it. You really don't. And you'll be fine. There's really no reason to just stay there and think about it. Bear bonds. You can tell the second you see the display case is empty. Any paintings? If we get dual paintings... Oh, there's one.
Location here.
If it's two paintings make up a full bag, and we could have just skipped to the warehouses entirely. But it's okay, we got one warehouse.
Remember, you are not a pack mule. There's only so much you can carry. You want more? Bring friends.
Dual paintings in Rubio's office is pretty rare. It's... Oh, weird. Normally it's in like a larger patch of dirt. In case you're wondering, I'm drinking some gamer fuel, not sponsored. Normally I drink it before the stream, but I was running a bit late. Now we get spotted on purpose, so we get taken back to the plane. Only annoying thing about this is that Pavel always tells you about how you're disguised as a smuggler, even though you can wear your own outfits, as you can see. And for those of you wondering how I changed, like, you just need to wait until, like, you're able to walk around on Cayo Perico. Like, once you're past the cutscene, you can just go to appearance and just change your stuff like normal. You don't have to be in the actual smuggler outfit for really any of the scoping mission. You do have to be in the outfit for the heist. Like the heist finale, you have to go in the outfit it gives you. Or the outfit you give yourself, but you can't just do any outfit, which is unfortunate. Alright, immediately we can go request our Sparrow and have it land here. Now, it is faster to use the Oppressor Mark II to go between the missions and your Kasaka. So why am I taking the Sparrow here, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, unknowing viewer, because the first thing we do is we're going to acquire the boat. And when we acquire the boat, you'll see why I can't use my Oppressor Mark II. But first, we'll go over to the pier and we'll request our Kasaka again, so that way it spawns over here. Now, different people, if you look up a guide on YouTube, there'll be like a more optimal spot. They'll try to have you put in the little canal river thing. I find that's a bit too tedious. So I just basically go over here and then pull the Kasaka next to the pier. That was nice. I didn't think I would get in going at that speed. And I'm just going to go and move the Kasaka a bit, turn it around. Now, personally, I'm a bit skeptical on whether or not moving the Kasaka at all is actually really worth it. Because if you're putting time into, like, position it just right, like, are you really saving time overall? If you're doing, like, the Cayo Perico speedrun and you can set up everything beforehand, then it doesn't matter. But if you're talking about gameplay time in general, I think it's probably best to just leave it there. So why am I moving it now, you might be asking? Well, since I like to use the Oppressor Mark II, I like to bring the Kasaka to face the land. So that way when I come in to land on my Oppressor Mark II, it's right there. Like, I can just land right at the edge without really having to turn or anything. And B, I like bringing it close to the coast. That way, if something does happen to my Oppressor Mark II, it's not a long swim. I don't need to pull in a boat. Or if I'm right next to it on the shore, then I just don't even need anything. I'm just trying to position it here. There we go. We'll leave it there. If you put too close to the coast, you'll beach it slightly and then it'll be angled weird. But again, we're not going to start using the Oppressor Mark II until after the first mission here, which I should probably start before I leave. I do that sometimes when I get distracted. I'll leave for the mission before I actually start it. So I like to do the long fin approach. If you don't care about secondaries or the elite challenge, or if you had those dual paintings in El Rubio's office, then you can do the Casaca. That's really cool because you can bring the Casaca right up next to it on the prep mission. But since I always go to the warehouse first, I get the long fin. It's always going to spawn at a police station. It's just random which one. So, like I said before, we're going to take the Sparrow. And if you have a truck, if you have the Phantom Wedge, you can actually use it on this mission and save yourself quite a bit of time. So, for those of you who don't know, on this mission, you basically need to steal the boat from the police station by hauling it away on a trailer. I don't know if you can use, like, what other stuff you can use, but I know you can use the Phantom Wedge. So, manage vehicles, request special vehicle. It's not going to show up in the air. It's not going to be selectable when you're in the air. You're going to need to land to get near a suitable road. But you can, like, you can go through the menu as you're flying, like I did just there. And then when you land, and you're hopefully on a suitable road. There we go. You have it already selected. And I'm just going to return my Sparrow. Now, the location you bring the longfin is always the same. It's going to be this location on the map. You can memorize it, put a waypoint there if you want. I can probably do it without one, but I always put one just in case, just out of habit. And I always stock up on armor and drop some bull shark through the CEO abilities. That way when the cops inevitably start shooting you, you're good to go. And I also, this is just something I like doing. I know it's probably not worth it, and you can almost certainly do this without it. Well, you can for a fact do this without it. But I like the backup helicopter because I like seeing the NPCs fight each other. So now, when the police start shooting at us, they'll also have to worry about the Merryweather chopper that's next to us. We'll go over here, reverse in. Really, they just need to distract them for a bit as we're connecting it, because once you have this connected, it's pretty straightforward. Excuse me. There we go. I might have made that look simple, but it is not. You have to, like, be good at reversing. And sometimes, you know, the police get in the way and stuff. It might take some practice. I've had it sometimes where you don't just slide in and hook it up instantly. And that's when you really do need to rely on the bull shark testosterone and the armor. Bull shark testosterone, by the way, definitely something you should be using if you're not already for grinding or for CEO work or for heist prep. You take like half damage and then you do twice as much damage. That's why PvPers like to use it in PvP, because it also works for PvP, which is very broken. But yeah, it's very good for grinding. Makes it so that you're much less likely to die. Now, the reason you mark on here, you don't need a marker, but once you lose the cops, it's going to have you bring it right there. And you can just lose the cops instantly by blowing yourself up. And no, it won't impound your phantom wedge or anything. It might spawn you in a weird location.
Deliver the boat to the docks. I have contact who will get it ready and keep it safe. I have already
But as you can see, it's still there, and once we get in it, we'll be instantly on top of the marker.
conversation for another time.
Enter the truck, deliver the lungfin to the docks, and we're already here. Nice. And now we can return the Phantom Wedge and request our Mark II from the Terabyte. And we'll be using the Oppressor Mark II as our vehicle of choice, as long as we don't die. And I'm also just going to randomly spawn more BST for no reason, because my character is... my headcanon is that my character is somewhat addicted to BST, and that's how they've been able to make it through all the missions and stuff. How they've been able to survive canonically. That's just my headcanon, though. So we just fly over here. Our Kasatka is next to the pier where we left it. And you gotta be very careful with your parking. Park it right in the square here. I always do a little check. That's moving a bit fast. I don't like it, but you know what? It's fine. Really, you just, if it's moving like that, you just gotta be fast in here. Just start up the next mission and then get back out there before it slides off and falls into the water. Prep. We do weapons first because, like I said before, I personally like doing all the stuff that could potentially be the most annoying to do first. So we actually got lucky this time, but for the weapon loadouts, there's a chance that you get the Merryweather base quest where you have to go follow a Merryweather chopper, and that takes significantly longer than going to the buildings. I personally still do them because I've had bad luck in the past where I try to restart the mission and it just keeps giving me stuff. It keeps giving me Merryweather over and over again, so I just do Merryweather personally. I'm a patient enough guy, so I usually just do that. But yeah, if you have to do all that, that takes longer, and that's sort of why I do this next, because that way, once this mission's done, it's done. and then you're just good to go. It just, that way you set up the setup missions from potentially most annoying to least annoying, so that way as you progress towards the heist, it gets progressively less annoying and progressively easier. Now for this particular mission, for when I do get the offices, I like to put down some BST, put on some armor, and pull out the stone hatchet. I think you have to do like some quest thing in free play in order to unlock this. I don't remember exactly how you unlock it, but basically once you axe an NPC or a player with this, it basically gives you a weaker version of Trevor's ability from single player. And if you have BST, you also get that that durability from taking half as much damage and doing twice as much damage. And watch me just like mow through these guys here. Shoot me in the face. Some of these guys, yeah, are using pistols, but some of them are just using ARs. And at this point, I probably would have died by now, having run into this room and stuff with all these people shooting at once. But since I have this weaker version of Trevor's ability going on with the stone axe, as well as the BST on top of that, it makes me super tanky. And so I can just melee all these guys. Now you can stealthily kill them all if you prefer something that's more special agent-y. But I always like doing that because it's just fun whacking those guys. And look, I didn't even use all my armor. Like, you can't tell me that was great. I would have died for sure there if I just walked in with just a different melee gun. Or a melee weapon.
Did it work? Is the locker open?
But since I had BST and the stone hatchet ability, I haven't even used all my armor yet. That's crazy. By the way, pro tip, if you want to end the stone hatchet ability early, you just pull out a gun. It turns off automatically if you pull out a gun. And you do need to make sure that the ability is not going. Otherwise, Pavel will not let you find the gun cabinets. Personally, I'm just going to get armor and BST. Because I don't... Like, look at that. Those guys do so much damage and they have basically perfect aim. Kind of crazy. You could just also just try to hop on your bike, your Mark II, and just leave instantly, but if you mess up, then you're kind of screwed. So, I don't know. I don't do it exactly like the speedruns of KO Perico do, but I do use speedrun methods in the way I do KO Perico. The helicopters won't shoot you when you're right next to your Kasaka. So I can just take as much time as I want, making sure my Mark II doesn't slide off. Again, you want to try to like line up on the square here. Alright. I think that should be fine. I think we might be a little beached, or maybe one of the props around the Kasaka's interacting with it, because it's... I find it a bit challenging to keep it steady on there. Next, we'll do safe code next. If you don't have the bear bonds, then at this point you would be getting the plasma cutter to get into the display case in El Rubio's basement. That's why I do this mission next, And that mission can be pretty annoying because the guys that are holding the plasma cutter do so much damage. And not just the guys that are holding it, but once you pick up the plasma cutter, there's guys that chase you. And then those guys also have crazy aim and do crazy damage. So that's why I do that mission next, because it sort of ranks there. It's like the most annoying potentially mission outside of the weapons mission and the long fin vehicle mission. I guess technically the long fin one isn't really that annoying because I got it so consistent now, but it's also about just getting the whole vehicle tab done, right? I have a penthouse here, so that makes it easy to get up. If you don't, then you just have to get like a thing from the garage. It's very easy, it just takes a little bit longer. Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell which one is one you're supposed to go to. You can take out a sniper and kill these guards both at the same time. And that's like a guaranteed way of going in stealthily. I don't know if you need a suppressor or not, but I think you probably want some sort of suppressed sniper anyway, so might as well. Now there's only so many places this guy can spawn. He's always a cowboy. Like, he's wearing a cowboy hat and like a purple suit. So you don't even really need the picture. But yeah, I mean, it's just the same apartment as your apartment. They just reuse the interior. And we're supposed to believe it's just a different one. Here he is. Oh, maybe he's not purple, but...
Oh, great. Another picture of your kids?
Yeah, just start blasting. Now, you do need to make sure the area around him is clear, because it does take a second for you to search his body. So you do not want to get shot as you're looking for the code. You guys keep coming up from behind. That's pretty annoying. Yeah, so once you start this animation, you can't stop. So you just want to make sure you're clear first. And then once you're done, you just work through the apartments. You can shoot open the doors, get a better vantage point. Good news is those guards just sort of rushed me, so we're pretty much good to go. There's going to be guards out here too. I think if you die here, then you have to go back, like you spawn outside, I think, and then you have to go back through the lobby, if I'm not mistaken. So just don't die. And then we're done. There's cops, but if you have an oppressor mark II, they're not a problem.
I forgot about them. I still lose them, I think.
And I think in hindsight, you can just put your Mark II next to the garage door if you want to leave super fast, but I don't really care. I'm just going to have to go back to the Kasatka regardless, so I just lose them on the way there. And I think even if you don't, you'll just lose them when you go in through the front door of your Kasatka, so either way, you're fine. This is actually a pretty easy mission once you get it down. Like, the fight inside can be a bit annoying, and you can't spawn armor or BST there. So you have to just rely on good old GTA fighting, but if you just take your time, you find cover, you'll be fine. You just don't rush stuff. Yeah, you can technically hold on to it. You don't need to come back for this particular mission if you have the bearer bonds. But we got more work to do, so next mission, please. We'll do the cutting torch, and then the fingerprint cloner is the finale. Cutting torch, you can do it loudly, or you can do it with stealthily with the construction hats. I usually just do the construction hats. And the construction hats always spawn in the same place, so you just got to learn where the construction hats are. I watched a YouTube video that showed all the locations, but they always spawn in the same spots. So land a bit outside here. So for this location, it spawns right here. You walk up to it. I back up and then go back because I think it is, for some reason, it lets you proceed faster if you back away from it and then go back onto it. And now we can just, for the most part, just walk around. You just gotta be careful not to bump into anyone, because if you bump anyone, then they'll kill you on sight. And there we go. See, look how easy that was. Could I have gone in there, shot everyone, and then escaped fine? Yeah, I could have. I would have been just fine doing that, but once you know the location of the hard hats, it's just faster to do it silently. And you don't have to worry about people chasing you on the way back. Even better. And now, all we have left to do is to get the fingerprint cloner. Alright. Just making sure it's not moving. It's more of a problem if you're out at sea, if your Mark II falls off, but either way, it's better just to play it safe. To not put your Mark II in danger just by making sure it's parked properly. And after this, we don't even need to worry about it. This is the last setup mission. Now for the fingerprint scanner, you can do it loudly or silently. If you do it silently by turning off the power and everything, then I think that prevents people from chasing you home. Actually, I think the first warehouse, if you turn off the power, it just makes it so that the NPCs aren't just shooting you the second you come in. And then for the place after this, when you actually find the archive, the fingerprint scanner's in, for that location, you shoot out the cameras, and that's what prevents people from chasing you. I think that's how it works. I could be wrong, but I mean, I always do it this way and it's not an issue, so. But for this building, Havel's going to sort of lock you into dialogue. You can't proceed until you listen to it, so. You can... It's actually about, just about, like, the same amount of time, whether or not you just charge in and ignore. Ignore the power or not. But yeah, Havel just sort of yaps, and you can't hack the laptop until he's done, so regardless of what you do, it's about the same. I turn off the power because the guys in here can be very annoying since it's close quarters and they have shotguns that do a lot of damage. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. As long as we shoot the security cameras at the archive, I think that's all of the enemies we need to shoot in the lead up to the heist. So yeah, once you get it down, it's very easy. And I love the fact that it's soloable, like that you can do it all by yourself. I think if Rockstar was launching GTA Online today, and I'm sure they'll do this for GTA 6, but I'm sure they'll make everything like solo doable. And then if you want to like do it with people, you can. I think one of the things that hurt GTA Online in the long run was making some of the original heists forced multiplayer, that you have to do them, and if you don't have people to do it with, then you're stuck with randoms, which is awful.
Did you find it? I strongly suggest you do not wait around.
Or you could find like a crew or a Discord community that helps each other do heists. That works too. So if you do like that stuff, there are communities out there for that. If you like grinding heists, but you just need like solid teammates to do it with you, there's Discords for like every platform that are like grinding heists and stuff full time. And then you can help other people with their heists too, and then make money off of other people who may have already done a good chunk of setups and stuff. So it's a win-win. You get experienced players, and then you also get to help experienced players with their heists too and make money that way. And if you like businesses, maybe you don't like the heists, or maybe you're like me and the only heist you really like grinding is Cayo Perico, then there are also communities that grind businesses. So if you prefer the MC businesses, the bunker, the nightclub, any of that stuff, then there are Discords out there that host crew-only lobbies where you can get the populated lobby bonus, and then also have a friendly lobby where no one kills anyone or destroys anything. So on PlayStation, there's a crew called New Dawn that does that. I don't know about other platforms, so you will just need to check that out for your platform of choice. But I'm sure every platform has a crew like that. But yeah, those are the settings I like to do Cayo Perico at before. I've done this on stream in the past. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the airport first, go to that first warehouse that we scoped. And I think we should be able to get enough loot there just to fill up our bag. And the reason we want to fill up our bag is for the Elite Challenge. So if you do the mission without alerting anyone or without getting caught, and you have a full bag of loot and you do the entire finale in under 15 minutes, you get an extra bonus cash. So I'm not doing this warehouse because of the loot particularly. I'm doing it because it'll fill up my bag. There's probably warehouses elsewhere on the island that would have like coke or whatever. That was almost bad. But I don't really care. The only thing that matters to me is that we these guys aren't alerted, are they? No. The only thing that matters to me is that we get our bag filled. And if you do fail the elite challenge conditions and you get caught or spotted or whatever, then, oh, right, this is finale. For the finale, you need to pick up this crate. Eh. For the scope mission, you don't need this because you can just sort of stand on top and take pictures inside here that way. But for the finale, you actually need to climb over, so you need the extra bit of height from the crate. And it's pretty finicky. Like, if you press the crate too far up against the gate, it can like glitch around and stuff. So you want to be careful, and you also want to make sure that you don't completely block off the gate down below on the first floor. You can get yourself stuck in there if you put the box or the pallet right up next to the door. And then once you go through, you can't come back out. So that's why you need to make sure that it's parked just so it covers up one of the doors instead of both. Oh, I actually do need this cash. Yeah, you can even hear it like moving around there. It is a bit weird. But notice where I parked. Like, if I parked it a little bit further to the right there, then I wouldn't be able to get out. But since it's only blocking one of the doors, I can get out. So you can very much get yourself stuck if you do it like that. And now we head back to the Longfin and go around to the drainage tunnel.
Some advice. When dealing with paranoid drug lords, expect CCTV everywhere.
Sometimes the Longfin will drift back out to sea a little bit, but regardless, it should be fine. It's more of a concern if you need to go to multiple warehouses, but since we only need to go to that one warehouse, even if it started drifting, we would have been fine. And now we just sail all the way around the island. The other thing that's good about only having to go to one warehouse is that it means we have more spare time. Like, you can go to multiple warehouses and still be under 15 minutes, but it's just, you just have less wiggle room, you know? But since we only had one warehouse to go to, we're pretty safe in terms of how much time we have. So we can be less optimal. We can take things a bit slower if we need to. Make sure to equip the breather before you jump into the water by pressing on PlayStation. It's left on the D-pad. I think it's the same for Xbox. It's a different button on PC, but you technically don't even need to wear it because you won't die. You won't start taking damage if you're not wearing a mask and you're doing this mini game here where you cut the grate. But when you do come out of it, if you're not wearing the mask, you will start taking damage immediately because you will have no air at all. You can still make it to through the drainage tunnel, but if you put on the rebreather, you just don't need to worry about it. But you can do it without a rebreather. You can just like suffocate yourself through the drainage sewage, the sewage area. Now, for the compound, we need to take a very specific path here. And I do things in a very particular way to make sure that I'm not caught and no bodies are spotted. The guys in the compound are deaf though, so you don't need to sneak really. But you need to take like that path I took exactly. There's other paths, but that path is very consistent for me, so I always do it. You can kill this guy and he'll never be found. You want to see if you can find the gate key? That'll save you some time if you do. I like to rush around and catch this guy here, because if he goes down there, I've had it where like they somehow find his body and stuff. So I like to kill him right there on that corner. It's a bit faster, but it's also safer. So if we got the gate key from either of those guards, then we could skip this part and then go down to the basement. But since we don't have the key, we have to do this fingerprint cloner here. And the reason you want the key is because if you go to the fingerprint cloner downstairs through the gates, you only have to do one of these fingerprints. And so it saves you time. But like I said, since we only had to go to one warehouse to get the secondary loot, we're already good to go. We can take our time on these and still have plenty of time.
Success. Good. Now into the elevator. We are almost there. And here we are. Again.
Alright, I'm going to need to concentrate for a second just to remember 74, 50, 87. 74, 50, 87. 74, 50, 87. 74.
Let's just hope he has not changed the combination.
50. 87. A little pro tip, by the way, and this is just in general. If you say things verbally out loud, it can be easier for you to remember them. So that's why I just said it just out loud there. Now for this, we're just basically watching the minimap. There's a heavy guy right there. We basically want to wait until he goes around the corner and then turns around, which takes time, but remember, we have time. We got plenty of time. Even if we went to multiple things, went to multiple warehouses and stuff, we got plenty of time. And then once we leave the compound grounds, it doesn't matter if anyone finds a body. So we're basically in the clear. I'm scared. You can kill that guy there and stuff, but I almost accidentally shot him with the non-silenced pistol, which would have ruined the stealth. And failed us the challenge, so you can let him live. It's probably less risky if you do it that way anyway, so. Yeah, we've done this flawlessly so far. Basically flawless. You know, there's ways we could have done it faster here and there, but I like to do a mix of safe strategies and speedrun strategies. I don't just do speedrun stuff, because the speedrun stuff can require you to be a little lucky. And it's better to just, in my opinion, for Cayo Perico, it's better to be safer and not have to redo stuff that you get unlucky on than to just do things that could be faster but are more risky. But yeah, we just jump off the edge here, put on our rebreather, swim along the ground, and swim to these 3 mines here. That's the fastest way to leave the island. You don't have to go to the actual location you marked.
Well, judging from their comms, it sounds like Mr. Rubio is reaching for his helicopter again.
You just go to that, you just take the path I just took there, and then go through these mines, and then once El Rubio's chopper disappears off the minimap, you are done. Yeah! We did it. A flawless execution of Cayo Perico. And you can skip this cutscene now, which is nice. Thank you, Rockstar, for actually adding quality of life stuff. Look, we did it in just under 12 minutes. Only having to go to one warehouse really saves you a lot of time. If we had to go to a second one, we would be right up against that 15-minute time limit. All right, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. I have returned. Also, my mansion's right there. So you know what? Let's go ahead. Oh, I can't. Why can't I call Mutt? Whatever. We'll just use the mansion, the fast travel to our acid lab, and we'll see if that is ready to be sold.
Hi.
What's up, Daddy?
Fast travel. It's under special like service vehicles. Acid lab.
Okay, Daddy.
There we go. And you know, since I have the, you know what? It's close enough. Since I have the mansion, I could do the bonus, like the boosted stuff, but
It's gonna cost
I actually don't really use it too much because if I'm not selling my business, I'm helping someone else with theirs in the New Dawn server. Hey, you can see their little crew icon there. And then you also have the actual boost inside the acid lab as well, so. All right. It's in the freak shop by default, so we need to move it outside of the freak shop. So we can exit to the cab and then instantly bring it out. Hold the right on the D-pad to go back in. And there we go, we can sell. A little convoluted, but still, it's still easier than if we had to request it and stuff, so there's that. Oh, this is the delivery one where you have to throw it in. Oh, this is another area where the racing suit can come in handy. I'm not wearing it now. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference for this in particular. But again, if you're doing an Acid Lab sale mission, you're going to be on the delivery bike. So if you're wearing a racing suit, then you're protected from a good chunk of ragdoll damage if you fall off your bike. So, if you are ahead of time and you remember, you can put on the racing suit beforehand. Now, I think at some point during these missions, we're always going to come across some hippies that start shooting you, so I'm not exactly sure when. I think it's, what, around like the 4th, the 6th delivery? Depending on which one you get. But yeah. Almost drove my product into the water. That would have been bad. Yeah, I'm not taking my bike down there. It's so weird to aim because your arm moves too. Like, aiming with your arm doesn't actually steady it. It doesn't go exactly where your arm is aiming because you move in order to throw it. I actually know where this one is, so I'm going to drive up to this one. And this one isn't next to water, so it makes it a bit easier too. Ooh, perfect. And once you know the location of this stuff, you can memorize the routes almost, and it's easier that way. Woo. Almost didn't have enough speed there. Also, I'm aiming with the controller, so bear with me here. Small adjustments. Okay, fine. I'll just go up and do it. You could have made these a little bit easier to hit. You know what? Before we go, I'm going to put on some armor because I don't know exactly when those hippies are going to show up. And just some BST for fun. That's for insulting me. Oh yeah, a side effect of BST is that it makes it basically increases your brightness for its duration, so that's another way the BST is helpful. If you play at night, well, in-game especially. And you don't want to adjust your TV settings. Oh, look out. Hey, I wasn't exactly sure if that made it in. Where is this one? Oh, you know what? I think it's gotta be soon. If it's not this next one. The angry hippies are gonna be showing up soon somewhere. There we go. Well, if they are going to show up, they're going to need to show up soon. You can wheelie for extra speed. Pro tip. That's the fastest way you can go on most bikes is by wheeling. Because of how the game's physics work. I don't know how they didn't... Can I call him Merryweather here? Merryweather. Alright. I just like seeing the NPCs fight. And if you aim down sights and then press left on the D-pad, you can toss product out like this, like regular grenades. I think the way the Buzzard backup helicopter works is they just shoot anyone who's firing their gun around you. So if you bring it on missions where you need to like protect an NPC or something, then it can actually be a bad thing. Because if you have an NPC that you're supposed to protect and they're firing a gun, then mercenaries will shoot at them too. It doesn't matter that they're friendly to you. I think it's like that simple. If someone shoot gun, Merryweather shoot them. Unless it's you. You're the only exception. Well, they are shooting at someone. Easy money. Now let's see. What I think I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to join the New Dawn crew server and potentially help other people out with their sales. Looks like they have 2 sessions right now.
God damn, I love your car.
You can force the game to save by changing your appearance. You can see the little white dot in the bottom right there. Let's see. I'll see if any of my friends are in the lobby. One of the things you can do is you can friend the host and they'll usually accept and then you can join through them. None of those guys are the hosts though, so it might be a little tricky. You can also try adding them through PSN. I have friend requests? Oh, I didn't know. You know what, let me hide my screen while I'm doing this. I'm not entirely sure if I want to show anyone on stream. Let's see. There's that guy. Join. It's getting GTA Online session details. Yes, I'm sure. I want to go to this new session. All right, I think we're good. Oh. What? Guess he was in a job? Now I'm just in a public server, which isn't great. Why was he? He's listed as the host. The lobby's full. Okay. Let's try session 2. Join. A lot of times it's the same people, but this time it's not. That's why it's particularly weird joining the game today. Usually it's not this hard to join the crew session, but yes, I'm sure I want to join a different GTA Online session. If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't have tried to join it. Okay, both of them are full. Well, I'm queued in for one of them. I guess it's just a popular time. We're not joining the session now. We're joining a different session in order to wait for a slot to open up in the second session. That's crazy to have 2 sessions filled to the brim. Usually there's only one lobby, or if there's 2, then it's pretty easy to join one of them. Yeah, it takes ages to find a public lobby that I can join.
You're up?
And then on top of that, now we're queued for another. We're queued for another session.
Daddy.
Let's go to.
Uh-huh.
Let's go to the auto shop and then we'll go spin the wheel at the casino. Just burn some time until a slot opens. It's crazy that usually there isn't like more than one full lobby. Shoot. I'll just take one of these then. Let's see if I can. Did I actually turn on? Okay. It's a public lobby, so I need to make sure I have passive mode on. I'll spin the wheel. Oh. I gotta accept it immediately because if it's a full lobby, then it's pretty busy. Chances are there's other people waiting to join too. And by the way, if when you join the one of these New Dawn crew sessions, you don't need to. Well, you probably should help other people, but especially if there's not many people online, then it does help just by being in the lobby. Right now, it's probably not ideal to join if you're not going to help because we got 2 full sessions right now. But yeah, usually it's not this crazy. It also usually doesn't take this long to join. Well, I think we are joining in. I did hear a biker cell alert. I think that's a good sign. I think that means we're in, but it's just loading. Well, I was sort of expecting there to be one lobby that was easily joined. There's been an error. Okay, well, unfortunate. Well, shoot, that was sort of what I had planned for the second part of the stream, but at this rate, by the time we get in, it'll be like 10 minutes or so left. Okay, it's just stuck at the alert screen. The game might be borked in general. Oh well. I guess we'll end there. I mean, the main point of today's stream was to test out the capture card. Tomorrow we'll be doing some Hitman Freelancer, to try out this new capture card with a different game. But I'd like to thank you all for coming by and watching the stream, as scuffed as it was towards the end here. But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit the follow button on Twitch if you haven't already. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and if you want to get notified when I go live, you can join the Steam group or the Discord. Links are all down below. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow for some Hitman Freelancer, but that's it for today's stream, I guess, since we can't get into a crew session, but oh well. What can you do? It's just a crazy day. I swear, they don't normally have 2 full sessions going, but I digress. I guess it's just a busy day. But yeah, that's it for now. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.